I said she grabbed my hand, girls rescue met the bar, witness said tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she tweet, I guess she confessed, she thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best against spontaneous, I stereotype, put to rest tonight, imagine, believe, and achieve, it works, Skyrim as a rise like fireworks.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to After the Storm. I'm your host, Matt Clark. Tonight, of course, we're talking about the Golden State Warriors against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Warriors came to town tonight. Of course, the Thunder dropping to Golden State 98-110. Golden State improving to 41-13 on the year, ranked second in the Western Conference. Oklahoma Thunder dropping to 17-36. And I want to say that I was really proud of the effort we gave tonight. The Thunder played probably as well as they possibly could play, I thought. The reserves came in, they played well, kept up. There was no really letdown at Golden State. It's just, they're just really, really good. It just showed. But, we started tonight with Giddey, Dort, Mann, Bazley, and Favors. And so I thought, hey, that's a pretty good lineup, kind of matching up with them in length, with Favors in the middle going against Looney. And then, of course, Bazley with his length, and Trey Mann, Dort, and Giddey with a three-guard triple-head monster. So anyway, that was a good lineup. But I thought our keys were simple. We need to guard the three. We need to play great perimeter defense by allowing them, keeping them in front of us, not letting them get easy baskets, just get to the basket whenever they want it, because we don't really have anybody who can stop them inside. We have to, play by committee in the paint as far as sliding over, taking charge, discouraging them from taking us one-on-one to the basket. And then we have to get out in transition. And by that, I mean our defense. We have to get some turnovers and get our hands in the lane in order to get out and get some quick, easy baskets. Because once we get in transition, man, it makes our life so much easier. We can knock down the shots. We knock down threes more consistently, kind of like what we did when we came back and we beat Dallas. What did we shoot, 17-46 or something ridiculous? And then it gives us rhythm on offense, so I like that. And then we have to be patient on offense. Run the offense. Be patient. Don't look for threes. Don't settle for threes, but be aggressive attacking the basket. And I thought that the Thunder did a great job of doing that. We kept them from getting out in transition. We got out in transition. We got us some easy steals. We got us in the flow early. And then we ended up the first quarter, which I was like, wow, this group right here, which was Maladon, Jerome, Bazley, Williams, Diakite. I didn't really like that lineup because I'm like, you really don't have anybody that can really score consistently. And Jerome knocked down a three right at the end of the first quarter. But at the same time, the Thunder, 23-20, what happened? Our defense was stellar. We kept them in front of us. We did not give them any easy looks from the three-point line. We made them work for everything. And you know what? In our last 6 weeks, or really since the first of the year, we're ranked top 6 in defense and top first in several categories on the defensive end. And that's what's kept us in games. It's simply the defense. You have to play defense when you're lacking necessarily in the offensive end. You have to play defense. The Thunder did a fantastic job of that. Forward to Golden State, 2 of 7 from the three-point line. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. They've got some shooters on that team. I think they shoot 38% or something like that as a team. They got some shooters. And we did a great job of getting out, not giving them easy look, making them shoot fadeaways, not just giving them wide open shots from the corners and from the sweet spots, which are the corners and top of the key. So we didn't give them any good looks. And by the way, we ended up going 3 for 13. They went 3 for 13. We were 2 for 7 for the three. But the key was we held them to 35% shooting from the field. And on the other side of that, we shot 45%. So that helped tremendously in keeping us for a 23-20 lead. And holding Golden State to 20 points in a quarter is a huge accomplishment. But once again, like I said, I love our team. I think we have great potential. We have a lot of good young players. Coach D has got them playing within themselves, got them playing together. And most of all, they're starting to believe that they are not just some chump team, that they are definitely 1 or 2 or 3 pieces away from really being competitive and being in the top 5 or 6 in the West, which would be a great, huge accomplishment. So, anyway, saying that being said, we started the second quarter with a 23-20 lead, and without SGA, I mean, let's face it, we're just a not that formidable of a team. But yeah, we're still kind of scary because you do have Dort. He has his games here and there. You have Giddy starting to get better and gain more confidence. Basically's been playing well as of late, but he's still out of control. And like I said, it's not how many points you score; it's when you score them, and then what do you do down the stretch. So, and tomorrow, by the way, we're going to talk about the big three. That is Durant, Harden, and Westbrook. How we had all three of them, and since they left, what has happened to those three. So we're going to have an in-depth talk about that. Like I said, scoring and what it looks like as far as when you score, because that's what's important. And then when you turn the ball over, how many smart plays you make, how many stupid plays do you make down the stretch. That's what matters. Don't get caught up in, oh, well, basically shooting da-da-da, Dort is shooting da-da-da. What do you do down the stretch? When the plays really matter, possessions really matter, what happens then? What is your percentage? Okay? So that matters. But anyway, I want to say our defense has been amazing. It really kept us in the ball game, and which allowed us to stay close as we possibly could. But on the offensive side, they've just got so many playmakers. They really, truly do. They've got playmakers all over the place. And I thought our defense did a great job of keeping them close, keeping them within arm's length, and made a huge difference. But offensively, we've got to be more patient. We just got to be more patient offensively. We got to understand this is what we need to do. We can't just be running down trying to be aggressive going to the basket. Well, if you're going full speed to the basket, bad things are going to happen. You have to be very lucky to get open to be able to finish at the rim, but more than likely, you're going to lose your footing, you're going to lose the ball, or you're going to throw some kind of wild shot. We have two guys crashing the board. They're going to rebound, kick it out, and they're going to get out in transition, which is what happened in the second quarter. But the thing that I love about what our team is doing, they obviously, hopefully, are listening to what I'm saying because we've actually cut down on shooting a bunch of threes. We are attacking the basket more. And that creates a lot of problems for teams instead of us just taking long threes, because when we start shooting those long threes, and we're not very good at it, long threes, long rebounds, easy transition baskets, which are bad for us. So, anyway, that being said, Thunder down 46-56, and that's just basically what happened. And then when you look at Golden State, they were they were 4 for 8, 6 for 13 that quarter. We were 4 for 8. They shot 48% from the field. We shot 40. Now remember, we held them to 35% for the first quarter. But in the second quarter, we got impatient. We got to let them get out in transition. They started making some baskets. They started making some threes. And let's face it, they're a juggernaut. They're not the number two, second best record in the West by accident. They've got athletes. They've got scorers. They've got shooters. They've got guys who can defend. They're very long. Makes a huge difference. And the Thunder, by contrast, we dropped from 45 to 40% shooting. And then we went, where do we go? And we went 4 for 8 from 3, which is good. 4 for 8 is fantastic. First quarter, we went 2 for 7. Second quarter, 4 for 8. Not bad, okay? I mean, for us to only shoot 15 threes and be 6 for 15, that's pretty good. That's going to keep you in a lot of ball games. And that's one of the reasons why we were only down 10, because it could have been more than that. But at that being said, the Thunder did a great job of staying with us. We did an excellent job of playing defense, keeping them close, and then we made some threes. Not shooting a bunch, but when we're wide open, we make a lot more threes when we're attacking the basket, looking to score first instead of looking to pass. Because in the first of the year, we were just trying to attack the basket, but simply we were trying to kick the ball out. And teams were getting hands in the passing lanes, getting out of transition, and really killing us. So what does the Thunder do now? When they're attacking the basket, they're not looking to pass so much. They're looking to score and finish at the rim. That allows teams to be more honest. They can't jump out. They've got to come in there and guard the lane, which allows us to kick it out to wide open shooters, which gives you a higher percentage of threes. Now, going into the third quarter, when I look at it, we did a better job in our transition defense, keeping them close. One thing I will say that I didn't like, and there's a fine line here. Uh, we turned down a bunch of open shots to attack the basket and be more aggressive. Yes, you want to be aggressive and you don't want to just take shots, but you know, you can pull up and shoot a mid range. You don't have to go all the way to the basket. You can put fake, take one dribble, two dribbles, pull up from the free throw line. Derek Favors is very, very good at that, knocking down that mid range shot. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't have to go to the basket every time we have an open three. A guy runs at us, we run by him and go all the way to the hole. Pull up and shoot a mid range. That's what they do to us. Klay Thompson and Steph and really good at Wiggins, same thing. They pull, you come run at them at the 3-4 line, they pump fake, one dribble, two dribbles, pull up for mid range. A bucket is a bucket. Now it's not a three, but it's a two, and it's just effective because guess what? You did what? You scored. Okay? So Thunder, I love the fact that we're cutting down on our threes, but when you attack the basket, let's pull up and shoot some mid ranges. We don't have to go all the way to the basket. But I love what I'm seeing. Shooting less threes, because if you get in a three-point shooting match with Golden State, they're going to kill you. They're going to run you out the building. And I thought we did a very good job of being patient by not doing that. And we did an excellent job, especially the subs coming in and keeping them within close, because usually when we bring our bench in, what happens is that team kind of spreads the lead, but that did not happen really here. Thunder did a great job of keeping them close, keeping them within reach. And we basically we didn't give them a lot of uncontested threes, and we really didn't. And then when you look at this, what happened? Golden State 2 for 8, us 3 for 10. We shot 42% for that. They shot 50% from the field. And I will say that basically, you guys, I'm not that big of a fan of his, but I do believe he's been playing well lately. He did a great job tonight. He played within himself for the most part, but then once again, he thinks he's scoring. All of a sudden, he's going to the basket late. He and Dort made some bonehead plays down the stretch simply because you start playing without Dort. As long as you catch the ball, you're open, you're leaning forward, not going back on your shot, your three-point percentage will go up. But when you start leaning and thinking you're a three-point shooter and start doing a bunch of things, bro, you're a shooter right now, not so much of a scorer. I know you're trying to transition your game into a scorer versus a shooter. And like I've said before, the difference between a scorer and shooters, Muscala is a shooter, not a scorer. He can't take the ball off the bounce and take you to the basket. So Dort is doing a better job of that. But he's trying to do SGA going a left hand scoop reverse outside the lane. I mean, bruh, work on that in the spring. In the summer. Don't come out here trying to do stuff you can't do. Okay? Work on all that stuff later. You're creating shots and trying to do things that you can't do right now. But I do like his spirit. And anyway, the Thunder down 72 to 85. I thought we played very well the third quarter, considering our defense kept us in the game. Now, the fourth quarter, Golden State does what Golden State does. Okay? They go 4 from 9 for 3 because, they start attacking the basket and scoring at will. And then once they started doing that, we had to collapse. And like we said, we played defense by committee in the paint. We collapsed on them. They got wide open 3, and they're going to go 49, 4 for 9. Okay? 4 for 9 from 3. And it really just killed us. It killed us. Every time we come back in close, they kill us. But then what did we do? We didn't settle for threes. We did knock down some threes. We went 2 for 11. But what did we do? We attacked the basket, we're scoring, finishing at the rim, making nice little floaters. And what do? We clawed our way back in the game because what? Our defense forced them in to taking some bad shots. And, when I look at it, we cut the lead down to 98 to 104. And then what happens? Basically, here you go, out of control. 98-104. You coming down with some wild-ass shot. Bruh, give the ball to Giddey. Let's stop the ball. Let's get a good offensive play. But that's what happens. When guys like him, they start thinking they can score because they got a little hot. They don't think. They just playing. Well, you got to think and understand, yeah, you made baskets because you were cutting, moving. And that's one thing. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that. We got back in the game because we were moving without the basketball. And I've been harping on that. Cutting down on your threes, moving without the basketball tons more. And what does that do? Create easy opportunities, and that got us back in the game. So basically, give Giddey the ball. Dort, get the ball out your hands. Let Giddey run the offense. Let you guys cut to the basket, get moves. Then you can knock down the mid-range. Then you can pull it to the basket. Then you can do a reverse. Okay? But if you're trying to take the ball one-on-one to the basket and do a bunch of things that you're just not capable of doing at this point, it costs us. So you do that, and then Clay comes back, knocks down a three. Then Dort comes back and shoots a horrible three. All of a sudden, game's over. Just like that. 98-104, they go 6 straight points. Bam, game over. 2 bad possessions, 2 bad plays by 2 guys who are leading scorers. And what do I tell you? It's not about how many points you score, it's when you score them. Okay? And that's what happened. It's when you score them. And it killed us down the stretch. But let's look at this quarter, and I've been keeping up with this lately, which I really like. Golden State, 20 points first quarter, 35 points second quarter, 29 points the third quarter, 25 points in the fourth. Us, we're basic. 23, 23, 26, 26. Without SGA, it's hard for us to really go over that 30-point mark unless we're just crazy, knocking down crazy threes. If that doesn't happen, we're 23, 25, 26. That's how many points we're going to score a game, okay? Without him, we just don't have it. And when you watch him play, and if you're going to try to emulate SGA, what SGA does, he's very deliberate when he's attacking the basket. Josh Giddey, you can see he's very deliberate, except that he's too loose with the basketball. He's got the ball all out. And I talk to my kids. He needs to learn how to tuck the basketball more because people watch film. And when you're a good defensive player, you see what a guy does, how loose he is with the ball attacking the basket. Guess what? Give me that. Let me just take that with you, homie. You don't really want that ball. I do. So we are improving. I know that we're 17-36, over halfway, and we have 30 games left. Trade deadline is coming up soon. I'm not sure if we'll make any kind of moves. We may just be waiting for the draft, whichever. I'm good with whatever. I would like to make some moves because we do have draft picks. Not necessarily we have that much to trade because what we do really have to trade, we ain't giving up SJ and we ain't giving up Giddey for sure. But we do have draft picks, so that's something that we could possibly give up for some players. I've already talked about that and who I would like to see. So anyway, Thunder fall to Golden State, 98-110, falling to 17-36 on the year. We're now 3-4, 3-2 in our last 5 games. We were 3-1 on a nice little roll, but of course we ran into the second best team in the NBA and they put it on us, and they improved to 41-13. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching and for coming in to the show tonight. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Thank you for watching After the Storm. Peace out. Be safe.